Our first guest tonight says sanctions brought the Iranians to the negotiation table in the first place, and that avoiding future sanctions is the only incentive for Iran to reach an agreement that would forbid them from developing nuclear weapons. Joining us tonight is the chairman of the powerful Senate Banking Committee, Senator Richard Shelby. Good to have you with us, Senator.
Thank you, Lou.
This is unexpected. Senator Bob Menendez, amongst those, he said clearly a week ago that the president sounded at times as if his talking points were from Tehran, is now lined up with the president. What do you make of it?
Well, I think it's Obama Democratic politics. I would hope that we could come up with a bipartisan approach to sanctions. We have in the past, but negotiations have been going on a long time. I think they're too protracted. I don't know anything good will come out of it, but I think Obama is chasing a deal. He's wanting some kind of deal with Iraq, but a bad deal is a bad deal, and I think that sanctions worked. They'll work harder, and that's what brought Iran to the table thus far, and I believe it will keep them at the table, or they will pay an awful price.
The awful price they paid so far is a return of about $8.5 billion that have been released by the administration, most recently just under $500 million. Another $3 billion or so to be released before the June deadline, at least as deadlines go with Iran. They're not so quick to honor them or to meet them.
Well, what
will be the impact?
Well, you're absolutely right to point that out, because that's a big apple or a big carrot that they've been giving Iran, to get them to the table. But I don't see any real concrete evidence of Iran negotiating in good faith. I think this could be an existential question for Israel, our ally in the area. This is serious, serious business.
Very serious business. As you say, Iran absolutely opposed to the very existence of Israel. Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, very clear and very eloquent on the issue of how important it is that Iran not continue to develop its nuclear weapons. Where will we see the United States ultimately come down on this? Another deadline comes and goes. It's extended. The next deadline to be extended, and there's a vote this week. Where does that vote take us?
Well, I'm hoping that what we're going to do in the Banking Committee, which I can speak from, that Thursday, which is just a couple of days from now, that we're going to have a markup on some legislation to make it tougher and tougher as far as sanctions are concerned on Iran. That's something the Obama administration doesn't want. They've said that. They put pressure on their fellow Democrats not to support it, but we're going to bring it out and we're going to let people vote up or down on it. I hope they will vote the right thing, not the political thing.
And the political thing seems to be driving much of this, as the administration continues to suggest that each of these deadlines I referred to are just simply vague, abstract markers that can shift at any time at the administration's whim or the Iranians' insistence. March 24th says Senator Menendez. That's as far as he's going to go. At least it's an unofficial deadline or marker, as you suggested, that he's put down, by which time there has to be some sort of concrete progress. Any idea how they would define it? Any idea how you would define it?
Well, I would, if we had a real comprehensive agreement that would keep Iran from building nuclear weapons, that would be one thing. I don't believe this is going to happen. I think they're just stalling for time, negotiations, promises that they won't really ever fulfill, not the serious ones. I think that Iran's going to eat our lunch dealing with these negotiations, or having no negotiation, just string us out. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I believe history will probably show that we're probably right.
Iran's deputy foreign minister saying that he had informed Israel that there will be consequences to their acts, including a strike in which an Iranian general was killed. The United States now in the position of carrying messages for the Iranians to the Israelis. How unseemly will it get?
Well, it's baffling to a lot of us that this administration would not stand up with this ally. They claim they are, but when the sanctions proposals get tough, they want to put them off. They don't want to deal with it now. They want to negotiate some more. Well, we've been negotiating, and we've been negotiating. I'm afraid that Iran's going to get what they want, stall for time, and we're going to be out in the cold.
Senator Richard Shelby, always good to talk to you. We appreciate you being with us, Mr. Chairman.